So we gonna go ahead with the news. We got what we gonna start with? So AOC breaking
AOC
records on Twitch.
breaking records.
I'm telling you
Uh,
that
that Twitch,
the next debate, like next election cycle, all that shit's gonna be on Twitch.
All of it, yeah.
I
Telling you.
I mean I can only imagine.
Listen, I want a game of Among Us to decide our next president of the United
What's wrong with
States.
this
I
man?
oh,
really,
that,
Alright,
I think
now
it
Yeah,
is
I
only
don't
fair.
that,
I don't know about all
wow,
that.
I don't know about
Let
that.
us vote the imposter out.
That just sounds like you're trying to get somebody who could lie very good. I don't want somebody who could
Do
lie
you guys
very good.
know? Do you remember? I'm not sure how many
The
of you guys
person
have
that
read Ready
loses
Player One.
wins.
Have read
I
what?
So,
I
Ready
tried
Player
to get
One.
through it. I couldn't get through it.
Um,
Oh,
fantastic book. I mean, unless you're AJ, who hates everything. Um, but Ready
I'm
Player One, there's
I
this
got taste.
portion.
That's what it is.
I
I
like
got
the
taste.
movie.
His taste is just hate.
I have
Anyway,
taste.
he has hate
So
taste.
if you like
This,
everything, you don't have taste, right? You just you eat everything, right? Like that's
this
what you consider
Negro.
everything. This guy
My
right
point
here,
is,
I know what I like, and then
point
he's
is,
usually
in
top
this
of the line.
book, like basically, I forget what year it takes place in, but like everything went virtual reality. Everyone's a gamer now. Everyone's living in this in this world ecosystem,
Hmm.
and so the votes are casted in by virtual reality now as well. And so like you have a bunch of celebrities winning the presidency and shit like that. And so it's like that's our next thing. It's like Ninja for 2024 apparently.
hell
Like
no.
Fast.
you're gonna see this man gonna
Pass,
run for president,
pass,
and that's gonna be awful. But
hard
it's
pass.
true. Hard
Yeah.
pass, yeah.
Now, if it said blurred admission for 2025, I bet.
I do
No,
not want that
only
Yeah,
stress.
only
Y'all
I'm
saw
not
what
only
that
Yeah,
stress did to
I don't know
Obama.
Negrito
I
about
can
don't
do
gonna
it.
want
that.
that. I
Negrito
like
can
to
do
keep
it.
my hair.
The rest of us are not
Suave
cut
could
out.
do it. Yeah, Suave has the
Yeah,
moral
Suave
compass to
can do
be
it.
the president. I'd vote for
I mean,
Suave.
well, it's
Lord,
not
please
that.
don't vote for me. I
No,
would
nobody
burn
will
it
vote for you.
down to the ground.
Nobody's
I
voting for
would
you.
burn it all.
Your
Nobody's voting.
Pennywise head ass would burn it
You
all.
guys
Carl,
wouldn't have a vote again. I'd take that shit away right away. Listen,
Bruh.
I will stay in power for the
I would
rest
be
of my
vice
life.
president to Suave because I feel like that. First of all, I feel like Suave wouldn't
No,
mess up. I wouldn't have to work.
So,
So
that's
Suave,
fair.
I'm
nope,
your running
Damn
mate.
dead.
I got you,
nope.
bruh.
You
Um,
would definitely lose.
no,
Damn.
you
wow.
wouldn't. Um, and the fact that you
Dang.
said that, JK,
Could you
is why.
imagine an all black ticket? Like I look forward to the day. I don't think it will happen anytime
You
soon.
look forward to. I was going to say, what are you looking for
Right.
fiction? Write
Looking
that
right.
story.
Looking into a parallel universe.
I'm gonna say if
That's
you
I'm
need
looking
that,
for. I say it's not gonna happen anytime soon.
you need that validation. Just write a story about it because you're not
Pretty
gonna.
much, it's
You
not
don't,
gonna
you
happen.
don't like TikTok.
I'm done.
Even
Mm.
Obama knew he wasn't gonna get into the White House. A white guy
He's
wasn't
not an
working
all
behind
black
him.
president if you want to go by actual genetics. Like,
This
we're
is
going by the world.
Facts.
The United States uses the one drop law. That's why he's considered the first black president. I mean,
The
he's
ticket was
multiracial.
75% white.
that's fun.
Right.
Listen, I'm gonna count it
Uh,
No,
because
I mean,
else we're never gonna count it ever.
black people count everybody. If you got a little black in you, you're black, and we love
You're
you.
black,
I mean, I don't,
100%.
but we ain't got to talk
All
about it.
black, white.
Wow, I feel
Wow.
personally attacked,
All right,
Suave.
Suave, you can't be president either. Get out of here. You can't be president either.
I'm just saying.
All
Hey,
This
right.
look.
man over here gonna put
We're
all the light
gonna
skinned
Hey,
get
niggas
one.
in
white
a
people made that
internment
shit
camp
up.
and
They was
whatnot.
like, you can't be one
They
of
make
us. And so, I mean, I feel like we should get that same right of exclusivity. Like, we should get to decide. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, okay. So you're saying we can accept and decline blackness based
Yeah.
on our own, like,
We
I
have.
like,
Like, if
I
you
don't.
Rachel Dolezal.
walk down the street
You know,
and people can mistake you as not black, you probably not black. Cause black, like, race is a social construct to begin with. It's just like, rules white people made up for how they was gonna, either enslave you or not when it first came about. Like, this shit is all made up. And so it's
But yeah,
like,
but if that's the case, there's not a single black American who can claim 100% African blood, right?
oh
We
no,
all
I'm not talking
do.
about 100% blood. I'm talking about, I mean, it's complicated at this point. But
Yeah.
when I first was coming into this a couple years ago, when I was
Don't say
really
nothing that's gonna get you
militant.
canceled because we really like you a lot. So I'm just saying,
Nah,
like,
nah, I was really militant about blackness and who could be black, and I had very stringent requirements, like you have to look black, both of your parents have to look black, and like I mean, then you get to be black. And if you're half and half, that's cool. But like you're half and half, that you're not black. But you know,
Mm.
I've since evolved some. Like I mean, I get that. You know, like you, for example, Tech. Like I would not mistake you for somebody who is not black. Like when I was like, okay, this I mean, this man is black.
This nigga's black. Yeah.
Facts.
I thought Tech was
But
What about like somebody like Logic?
nah, hell no. A lot, Logic can't sit at my
What?
table. Hell no,
Logic?
no,
No.
no.
damn.
I'm gonna tell you why.
Like,
For
what?
quickness alone, this nigga gotta go.
Oh,
Damn.
corniness? Nah,
Damn.
cause see, corniness got people kicked out. I'd never be allowed anywhere. That's not
This
fair.
is true.
Corniness, that's
But
my
nah.
brand.
Very true. This is very
That's
true.
my
Hey.
brand, man. That's my
You
charm.
said that's my brain.
He said that's the whole package.
That's
I'm a
dead.
corny
brand.
motherfucker.
All of my packages, right?
I'm
We're all
dead.
kind of
We all right. Hold on. I'm gonna circle us back to the top. But
So we're
I
all
mean,
ALC.
yeah, we can put a pin in that because we can. There's a
Yeah.
lot to be said there.
There's a lot to unpack
Um,
there for sure.
but as far as like AOC's thing, like I fuck with it. Like I feel like there was a lot of hubbub on Reddit. Like motherfuckers was mad that they was
Oh
getting
yeah.
banned and couldn't say fucked up shit in the chat, talking about this is a violation of my first. And it's like, but she's acting in her
Her
capacity
chat.
as a private citizen. This is not
Yeah,
the fucking Congress floor. Like this, what do you like? She's not
exactly.
acting as a representative
This
right
is
now.
a social media platform.
Exactly.
Dog. When I
If
saw
you
when
say
she
dumb
said
shit, I'm gonna ban you.
That's
when
it.
she said vote blue, all I see is people saying vote red. Fuck this, vote blue. I'm
Yep.
Yeah,
like,
of course. Like
I
like
I
what's
was
literally
wrong with
banned.
saw
you?
someone in chat say, "Let's hang her." Like, and that
Whoa.
person like repeatedly posted it over and over and over again. Like, they
Yeah.
were going
Dog, could you
nonstop.
imagine like modding that chat? I wonder how many mods they had.
They had
I'm
at
not
least
sure. I know
they had
Twitch
at
was.
least
I know Twitch was on deck because she did mention that she had Twitch people helping her out during like the
Oh
stream
yeah.
and
yeah.
stuff.
I mean that's good
So I
because
mean, but there was too many people to mod. I mean, it's
yeah.
just at that point in time, Twitch's biggest problem becomes very prominent. You just ignore it. You have to because she was
Yeah.
reaching those extremely high numbers.
Right.
And so you just
Well,
have to ignore it.
fast. The chat was going so fast that it would blaze by anyway. So
Exactly.
even if you wrote something offensive or anything,
It
it's
was
gone.
gone in a few seconds.
And
Unless you
so
were constantly posting it over and over and over
Yes.
again.
Bitch. Bitch. Bitch.
Right. Basically.
And I mean, you can tell they were out there. The trolls are out there in hordes, but her point still got
Yeah.
made across. And then on
Yep.
top of that, she set a new precedent. You have to precedent. You have to meet us where we are, and we're on Twitch. So it's just
Yeah.
like meet us where we are, treat us, not as children, playing video games, but as the adults that we are who do vote and who do use this platform to socialize and develop content, and
Yep.
respect that.
Yeah.
Versus
Right.
other politicians who will say this
What
is
is
childish.
Twitch?
Exactly. What is Twitch?
Yeah.
Twitch is for children.
I got a Twitch in my step.
hmm And
I'm
so,
dead.
I mean, that's the situation, man. It's just, and also like it goes back to one of the first conversations we had as a group here was the U.S. Army using Twitch for recruiting and things like that. You got to meet us where you are. Mind you, they didn't do it the best way, and in some ways, ethical things were brought into question. But all in all, they still met us where we were. They met people that they wanted to recruit on the platforms they were doing and the games they were playing.
Yeah.
So I think
And
it's cool and all in all. I also think it's awesome that she broke records. She could have gone on there and it could have just been flat. She could have gotten a
That's
few,
true.
20,000, 50,000s.
100
But
people.
exactly. She was consistently up there in the 200,000s and change. So I mean that's a bonus. I mean even if they're there to hate the viewer, they're still a viewer, and I mean that number is still being affected in a positive way because of your hate. So thank you
Yeah,
for
because
hating.
you're still gonna,
Of
if
course.
there's any kind of advertising it done, like I don't think haters realize like you're probably still gonna be affected by the advertising. Like why would you watch some?
Exactly.
I can put my eyeballs on it because like you might see like a McDonald's ad or like a Coca-Cola ad, and then you go buy a Coca-Cola, don't even realize you just been programmed to buy a Coca-Cola by the people you were trying to hate on. Like you were just trying to hate on their thing, saw an ad, and now you basically pay for their their stream. If you don't like somebody, the best way to get rid of them, especially in this digital age, is to ignore them entirely.
But that's the
Right?
thing, like in this age, people don't have the capacity to ignore because they always want to have their voice and say something. And so, like, even for when the army did their stuff, people were on the army chat saying, "Oh, the army are killers. Y'all are nothing but killers." Blah, blah, blah. And they were banning them. And they were like, "Oh, they banned me because they did not allow my First Amendment right." I'm like, dude, you're on Twitch. You're not in a fucking public place. You're not on the Capitol speaking shit. Like, come on, bro. Like, think like just because you're saying First Amendment, which in a sense, digital First Amendment rights is a whole nother territory. But at the same time, like, I hate when people like try to, oh well, this is infringing my rights. This is infringing. Oh, wearing a mask is infringing my rights. I'm like, okay, what? Like,
You don't have any rights on this platform.
I was like, okay. I was like, okay, yeah, okay, it's infringing your rights. What you gonna do about it?
I
What,
mean, I
like,
will
you gonna?
say. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'll end with this. What I like about what AOC did is not only did she come from a place of trying to promote to vote, even though she was, of course, she was rooting for voting for blue or whatever, but she didn't keep saying that all throughout the stream. She just said that like maybe once or twice, and then she played Among Us and she
Yeah.
had fun.
Then
And
beat people over the head with it.
yeah, and then right.
Okay.
And so with the army, that they were kind of beating like, hey, if you're good, come join the army. Hey, come join the army. I think that's what people were so upset about. And so I'm like, I see the difference between the different streams. So I mean, that's with anything though. Sometimes you're gonna go to a stream and they're gonna if you don't know how to properly balance what you're talking about, then it's gonna seem like you're trying to promote something. Which in effect everybody promotes something at some point in time, so I don't get that either. But all in all, I just thought, I was like, damn, this is actually pretty cool. Because I randomly fell upon the on my news feed that she was streaming. I
Mhm.
was like, what? And like when I went to her page to see, okay, cool, she's gonna be streaming tomorrow. Bet I was gonna follow her. I was expecting like maybe 200 followers, 300 followers, first day, whatever. This woman had 159,000 people in less than 24 hours. I'm like,
People love her. Well, at least our generation does love her. I
right.
mean, it's just she's the new younger face of the Democratic Party. So it's
Tech, we're
just
not in your
Well,
generation.
it's not. It's oh lord.
sorry.
I
I
mean,
forget that you guys
that
are old
though,
people.
like,
It's like a
Wow.
generation. He's
I
the
mean, on top
generation
of that
after
though,
our
from her
generation.
tweeting saying like, "Oh, I meant like that she played League of Legends." Like
Mhm.
that was the first thing that
Gods of the Republican Party hate her for that tweet.
yeah, and then like Pokemon was the first Pokemon,
Yeah, Pokemon,
whatever.
I think.
Like that was the first thing she said. Oh, I was so excited to hear that you played League of Legends. That's so fucking awesome. And like I'm like, see, that goes to show like being yourself and liking what you like, regardless of what people say. People are like, damn, she's kind of like me, so they're gonna relate more. So like for you, like demon video games is always these video games are violent, causing people to do this and that. I'm like, no, that's just that person's character. Like it's not the video game. It's
Yeah.
really just that person's. Well, I would say environment, but I don't. But like I said, I'm not a psychologist, so anyway,
I
move
mean, yeah,
on.
that's on them. Like I mean, I will. It's well, I'm a leave that one alone. It's like I mean, lots of people play video games. Only some people shoot up schools and bomb churches and shit. And I mean, I feel like we all know exactly the kind of people, the color and gender of people that they are, and those people never get like the T word lobbed at them. It's always a
Yeah.
lone wolf, such a nice, kid, never would have
Hmm.
expected, and like, okay, but that's bullshit because this is the exact profile of the type of motherfucker that does this. But
Yeah.
Exactly.
um,
Like something radicalized this motherfucker. It's not like
Something
he didn't come in.
radicalized suave. That's what happened.
Jesus.
Hey,
It's been a
Suave
long
X,
time coming. It's been a lot.
Suave X in effect. You know,
Suave
Suave
X.
X in
That's
effect.
Absolutely.
Bringing that Marcus Garvey, that Umar Johnson
Oh,
flavor into
whoa.
the.
Suave, you gotta grow that thing. You gotta grow that thing into a fro, man. You gotta grow that thing
You
into a
know, I
fro.
cut my fro off not too long ago. Yeah, you know, it's coming back.
Yeah,
It's on the way.
I
I
almost
can,
fought you for
I
that
can,
too, by the way.
you know what? I'm gonna call Suave Huey from now on.
Hey, whose fans is this? But I feel like what I feel like is different from the ALC thing from what the army was doing. It's like the army is here acting in official capacity as the U.S. Army, trying to recruit people, and I feel like that's the difference with people having a valid or not so valid claim of like having their rights infringed upon. Like AOC wasn't there acting as like like as a New York representative. Like she was there as like herself, like as a
Crazy,
private citizen
crazy voting.
playing a
Yeah,
game, talking about her beliefs and how she feel. I mean, not the whole time. She was there playing the game, and said how she feels about current events. Like the what is it? Election day is in less than three
less than
weeks. So it's like, I
Less than
mean,
2 weeks.
less than two. Oh shit! I'm not
it's
looking at
close.
Less
my
than three
calendar, but yeah.
weeks is the Series
Close.
X. Hmm.
What'd you say?
I said less than 3 weeks is Series X.
That's why
Hey,
We
And
gotta
it's,
get past
I'm
that
thinking
election
about the election.
first.
I'm thinking
right.
about the
One,
Series
two.
X.
I heard something about Neil deGrasse Tyson saying that we could get hit by an
Hit by a
asteroid.
comet. Yeah,
Yeah, right,
asteroid. Yeah.
right
I
before the
mean,
election.
I mean, if it's time, it's
Hey,
time.
that's 2020. That's 2020 in a
facts.
nutshell.
I wouldn't put it past 2020 at this point.
Yeah.
Um,
But yeah.
but yeah,
But
and
do
I
you think
like
about
that.
it, like the 14-year-olds that are like on the Twitch platform now in
Mm-hmm.
the next 4 years,
They're
they're
gonna
gonna
be
be voting
voting.
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
So I mean, this is just. I mean, it makes so much sense, and I think
Yeah.
that I'm just glad that we're getting a new wave of young
Facts.
politicians that have new ideas, new energy, understand how to leverage the world that we live in,
Yeah.
and to meet people where we are. And I mean, this is just the beginning, you know.
Yeah.
I I'm anxious to see like when we start getting like conservative like
Oh Jesus.
Oh no, please don't.
candidates on this platform. I want to see how they utilize it. That's gonna be
It. I don't know how that's gonna.
oof.
It depends on, I guess, if they're like young or old. I feel like part of the reason that it went so well for AOC is because like it's never like pandering. It's always genuine.
Yeah,
And it's never
yeah,
like talking down to people who, kind of like y'all was saying before. It's never talking down to people who are on the platform or talking down to people like who you want to fucking vote for you. It's what I'm saying. It's always like an interaction. It's always an engagement. It's never just like talking at you. And I feel
Yeah,
like
yeah.
people respond to that.
Yeah, I mean, it's a breath of fresh air. It's like, dog, why? Like, it was always just weird to me how like politicians couldn't be like human. Like we expected like
Like,
politicians to be
right.
like these robots, and I was just like, what the? How did that? Like, that never made sense to me. Like, it just like you practice like I don't know, it's just like being believable.
That's
That's
because
basically what it
rich
is.
white people are not human. The motherfuckers got problems.
yeah.
I'm trying to tell
Let's
you,
stop.
Very
dog.
true.
Let's stop before Tech gets kicked off Twitch. Not Tech. Suave gets kicked off Twitch because it is run by a rich white person.
Facts. So before we move on to the next thing, did
Speaking
anybody
of
else
pandering,
want to talk about ALC?
Look, man,
on
I'm
to,
just trying to
I
keep
mean,
this
I
thing
just
going.
think it's cool.
yeah, for sure.
Ultimately, yeah, I think it was a cool move.
Word, word, word. Did y'all see this